How do you never get ignored again? I wanted to take you through an email subject line structure to help you write amazing emails that are just irresistible for your clients and your lead to click on and read. Just to give you some context, I've been writing emails and sending emails for our clients for the past 7 years, and every single year we probably send over 1 million outreach emails for ourselves and for our clients. I wanted to give you my framework and some templates and formulas to help you write better email subject lines that people get it and they just have to read it. So let's get straight into it. Now, the first subject line template or formula that I look at is a curiosity email. What do I mean by that? It's something that's probably super short, but gets people looking at it and saying, "Oh, I wonder what this is about." You've probably got emails like this in the past. It probably looked like a 2 or 3 word subject line where it says quick question in your first name. An absolute classic subject line, and it definitely works, but it can be overdone and it can actually be a little bit tricky in terms of relating email itself or the email body to the subject line. So we use it sparingly, right? We use it probably not as the first opening email in our sequence, but a little bit further down. But it's also an amazing subject line because it just gets people curious and clicking. So that's the first one. Can you make something curious out of your email subject line? Number 2, the second type of email subject line we like to use is a competitive or an ego-driven subject line. What do I mean by that? For example, one of the best subject lines we've ever sent for a client was actually referencing the business that we're trying to prospect into versus their biggest competitor. So the subject line could be competitor name versus your name or something like that. And what this email does really, really well is, again, it kind of plays on the first principle of curiosity, but then it really puts in this idea of competition, or what are my competitors doing? What are the top companies in my space doing? And it really drives up the intensity of the curiosity and the social element of it. So that is a really good subject line if you have a case study or if you have a strong idea or insight into what someone else in the industry is doing. Now, again, word of warning with this one, don't overuse this, otherwise it's going to get worn out. And also use it in a very gentle and subtle way, right? Don't go and say that their business sucks compared to the competitors because you're just going to get flamed. Use it in a very subtle, nuanced way, and if you do it right, it can be a very, very powerful subject line. Subject line formula number 3. This is all about benefit and making it about them, right? In this type of email subject line, what we do is we reference exactly what we think they want. So again, another example, it could be, do you want more leads in your business, right? If I was to try to market my services, that might be a subject line I use. Do you want more leads? Do you want more clients? Do you want more profit? Do you want more time, more health? You kind of get the drift, right? This is all about what you can help them do or the benefits you can help them achieve. As an extra bonus point, what you can also do is take a spin on the formula and go, do you want X without Y? Do you want more leads without spending more money on ads, right? Or you can even go deeper than that and say, hey, do you want more leads that are the better quality leads, for example? So you can take a spin on the formula and really make it about the real benefit, the benefit behind the benefit, and go deep into how you approach the market itself. Now that's the third template or framework. It's all about having the benefits driving the email subject line open. And this is particularly powerful if it's a strong benefit that you know your market's looking for. Number 4, now we're getting into a bit more worky, right? But these subject lines I'm going to share with you next have got the best open rates by far. Now the 4th one is all about personalization. And what I mean by that is taking some information about the person you're trying to email and putting it into a subject line to show them this is just for them. Now, it works on the principle or psychology of the idea of they're special, and they should be if you're reaching out to them. If you think about what most people who are sending cold emails that don't do it right, they don't do the research in terms of who they're sending the emails out to. So it's mass market, it's spam, and we want to do the opposite of that. So the opposite is really taking time to research into each and every person we're sending emails out to and sending them a personalized subject line if you can. So just to give an example of that, we've had a client that we're helping to reach out to their market, and one of the things we did was actually listen to podcast episodes of their dream clients and reference the podcast and the topic in the subject line itself. And that got a phenomenal open rate. I think it was somewhere around 70 to 80% of a single email, which is almost unheard of. But it just goes to show you how powerful personalization can actually be to get someone's attention. So show your leads, show your contacts that you've done the research, you've done your homework, this is relevant, you've thought about them, and that'll help you get really great open rates. Number 5 is all about social proof. So this is all about referencing kind of the competitive side of things, but in a less competitive way. So what this might look like is referencing case studies or other clients in their space you've worked with. And instead of the second one where we looked at direct competition, right? Your company versus their company, it's a flip on it where it's their company and your company, right? Very, very important distinction. I know it's just a single word. As a copywriter, I kind of geek out about single word. It's a very nuanced change, but versus or and can actually change the shift or the sentiment of the entire email itself. So the 5th one is all about social proof. For example, I've worked with company A, company B, and ... company C, being their company. That always gets really great open rates because it implies that you've done work in the industry, you know about them, you've kind of researched them because you've done the work in the industry, and you're trying to help everyone come up together. So very particularly useful if you have a service that isn't competitive with all of your clients. This is a great subject line to get the opens. So I also wanted to share one bonus formula or template on the subject line itself. And this one has been so powerful recently. We track all the data on the emails we send, and this type of subject line has been one of the most powerful we've seen, especially over the past few months. And the subject line or the subject template or formula is around having a trigger. So this is particularly useful if there's market changes to the economy, sometimes we see that every now and again, changes to businesses or industries, and anything coming up that could really affect their business or their results. So if you have a trigger reason and you can personalize it to their business, that is going to get you phenomenal open rates. So bonus number 6, trigger reasons as a subject line. And if you use a combination of all of them, I guarantee you're going to write some pretty amazing emails that get some pretty awesome open rates and gets you in front of your clients and makes it so that you're impossible to ignore. So let me know if there's any other subject lines or templates or formulas that you like to have, or that have worked for you in the past. If you have any questions about what I've shared, let me know in the comments below. And as always, like and subscribe and do all them YouTube things. More videos all around and coming up next. See you on the next one.